Hey, namaste. This is Sacred Owl with another Real Talk by Sacred Owl. Today, I want to speak to you about this thing called overthinking. Yeah, that's the process of where our mind gets very complicated and gets very, takes a situation and tears it apart and tries to figure it out. Now, overthinking in Buddhist terms, a lot of Buddhist practitioners call overthinking the monkey brain. The monkey brain is a very active brain, and so what it does is if it takes the emotion, which is a high energy source, it uses that emotion to perpetuate a process of thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And when you're dealing with an emotion that you're trying to figure out, what you're doing is that you're misappropriating the energy of that emotion by trying to think it out instead of allowing it to feel it out. What he means is that there's a point in our life that when we start to process everything, we are removing it from the heart to the mind, and then the mind is not capable or has the capacity to deal with the heart issue that we're dealing with or the emotional issue. Taking a quote from a guy, a great writer, I love him, called Jeff Brown. He wrote in his book, the author of Love It Forward, excessive analysis perpetuates emotional paralysis. You cannot heal and resolve your emotional material with your mind. Your emotional material does not evaporate because you watch it. It can only be you can only heal your heart with what? Your heart. The mind is the great divider. The heart is the great connector. When it opens, the healing happens. So when we start to really process things from the emotional perspective and we try to think, we are now calling upon this energy called anxiety. Yes, that is the foundation of most people's anxiety, is that they're trying to think an emotional problem out. When you're thinking an emotional problem out, you are now putting the foundation of anxiety and escalating your emotional levels, because now the heart doesn't feel safe, and now another emotion comes out and another emotion comes out, because now we're starting to get a bit paranoid or nervous, and that anxiety escalates. And then what happens is the mind, because the mind is a memory center, what it does is that it brings in memories to deal with the emotional capacity. So if you have a memory that is not positive, then the mind will mix the memory with the emotion, and guess what happens? Drops back down to the heart, and the heart brings another emotion up, and now we're dealing with a chaotic issue of emotions being completely out of control, and now your anxiety issues are through the roof. Stop overthinking yourself into an anxiety disorder. Stop overthinking yourself in trying to resolve problems. Most problems can resolve themselves if we sit back and feel it out. And how you feel a problem out is when you have an issue. Let's say you're worried about your rent or your mortgage, and you start to worry, then what you do is it goes to the mind, and guess what the mind says? Oh, you're going to get evicted, or it's going to foreclose, or your lights are going to get turned off, or your electricity is going to get turned off, or your gas is going to get turned off. And guess what happens? The mind is creating this, and so now the heart's saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and now boom, 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 more emotions, more issues, and more anxiety through the roof. Remember, excessive analysis, quoting Jeff Brown, perpetuates emotional paralysis. So when you get to that point where you have a high order or high anxiety, now you're emotionally paralyzed, and you're not able to resolve those issues within yourself. The best way to deal with emotional paralysis is to get back into your heart and start thinking about the good things. Start looking at comedy. Start looking at things that will distract you from the thinking and attract you to the feeling. You want to bring everything back to the heart so that you can feel your way out of a high anxiety and feel good about it and allow it to work for you in its best benefit. When you do that, you'll start to see that you'll control emotionally a lot of things, and you won't have the chaos that usually comes with overthinking. Hey, this is Sacred Owl. I love you. I love me. Have a great, great day.